For more information about the federal judicial process, C-SPAN offers Justice for All, a booklet about the Supreme Court's history and its influence today. For your copy, send a check or money order for $5.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to Justice for All, C-SPAN Publications, 1616 Main Street, Lynchburg, Virginia. The zip code is 24504.
Next, Israeli Foreign Minister Shimon Peres. Thursday, he addressed the Center for Strategic and International Studies. He's introduced by former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. This program lasts an hour and 10 minutes.
Good morning, I'm Judith Kipper, and along with Tony Cortesman, Director of the Middle East Studies Program, it is a tremendous privilege today to start out. This is the first time I'm at this podium at CSIS, my new home, for exactly a month. And it's a tremendous privilege to have the Foreign Minister of Israel, Shimon Peres, with us. And of course, we are especially honored to have Dr. Kissinger agree to travel late in the night, come to Washington to preside and to introduce and to comment. It's a real double header. We've got two Nobel Prize winners here, two of the world's great statesmen. The way it will work is I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Kissinger, who will introduce the foreign minister, who will speak for 20 or 25 minutes, and then they will, I think, both probably engage in responding to your questions and comments. We are very crowded today. We can't see your faces from up here because of the lights. So please, when you ask questions, wait for the mic and identify yourself, and please stand. Dr. Kissinger, it's a great pleasure to have you with us today.
Shimon and ladies and gentlemen, before anybody panics, let me make clear I am not going to answer questions addressed to Shimon. It's a great privilege for me to introduce my longtime friend, Shimon Peres. I met him when he was Director General of the Defense Ministry longer ago than I care to admit, when he was engaged in procuring airplanes from France. I only now found out that he didn't know French when he started on this process. I shudder to think what would have happened if he had known French to the military balance in the Middle East. But during the time that I've known him, his evolution traces the evolution of Israeli thinking, from having to be concerned almost exclusively with the question of survival and of security, to the question of coexistence, and then to the question of reconciliation, an extraordinarily complicated process. When peoples who both have deep commitments to a territory and live side by side in that territory have to find out a mode, first of living together, and then of cooperation. There is now a peace agreement with Egypt. There's progress being made on a peace agreement with Syria. And there's the extraordinarily complicated issue of the West Bank. How to reconcile Arab dignity with Israeli security, which is really the key issue that has to be settled there. And how to express this in instruments that have a permanent validity is a huge and complex task. To be quite frank, when I first saw the agreement, I had my reservations about this or that provision. But it's also true that if it hadn't been done quickly, it might not have been done at all. Not only might not, it would not have been done at all. And, in fact, the loose ends of the agreement will probably turn out to be its strength, because they require a process extending over a period of time in which the two sides must face the problem of coexistence, which is perhaps as fundamental as the problem of peace, and which is absolutely underlying it. There are always debates on the merits of this or that aspect. But there's no debate about the fact that without Shimon's inspiration, matters would not have reached the point they did on the lawn of the White House. I've read in some book reviews that Shimon is an idealistic dreamer. And that's probably true. But it's the dreamers who change the world. The cynics know too much of the cost. And almost every great thing that's been done was somebody's dream before it became a reality. Now, while the Israeli team has not always agreed with each other in their past career, it's an extraordinary combination of dreamer and strategist that is moving the peace process forward. And I want you to know, Shimon, we all wish you the success that your inspiration deserves. And having observed you now for 30 years, it is extraordinary to see how many of the ideas you used to mention only in private conversation have now become the common currency of the day. And there are not many statesmen about whom this can be said. So it is a great privilege for me to introduce you and to express my confidence that the process that is going on all fronts is the only way to peace and stability, and my confidence that I think in the end it will succeed. Shimon.
Thank you, Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, may I say about Henry one word, in spite of the fact that he made peace between us and the Egyptians, he is admired by both of us. It's a very rare phenomenon in history. Not only did Henry organize the first peace arrangement, actually the first two peace arrangements between us and Egypt, which looked at the time as an impossible proposition, but to his credit, if there is already a precedent of an agreement with Syria, again, Henry did it. And knowing Assad, one cannot exaggerate the importance of the achievement. And we intend to continue to do so. And as a personal note, I'm not really a graduate of any university, but I've learned to appreciate teachers more than universities. And I consider Henry Kissinger as one of the teachers in my life, from whom I learned and I continue to learn to this very day. And this, for me, an occasion to say to Henry, thank you very much for that. I think that